Good evening, Alpha Nation, and welcome to our weekly live stream. I hope you are all doing really well tonight and staying nice and warm in this cold, rainy weather. I'm going to give you a moment to get yourselves nice and comfortable and logged on. And let's have a little chat, shall we? After a huge week of shows. Hello to everybody that has joined the live so far. Love seeing everyone coming in. I'm going to give you all waves, real waves, as you enter the live stream here tonight. And you know what? My head is still spinning after a huge week of shows. I don't know about you, Alpha Nation, but I am definitely feeling extremely happy and satisfied after Alpha versus Energy Part 2. I think we got the ending that we desired. At least I did anyway. Hello to everybody. Tass, Shell, Glenn. Who else have I got in here? Everybody. Now, where are we going to start, Alpha Nation? Let's start with Thursday Night Fights 8, because you know what? A lot transpired at Thursday Night Fights 8. And it deserves a little bit of a discussion. And number 8, so that's 8 Thursday night fights already. Okay, so we had Mason Stoneheart pick up a victory against Mitch Lightning. Definitely squished that bug. We saw Hugh Sands defeat Stephen Keane. Definitely not a great night for Stephen. He just did not have a great night, with Hugh continuing to attack him afterwards, but thankfully Khan Kruger ran in and shooed Hugh away before it was too late. We saw the return of Savannah Ono. Unfortunately, not the best of nights for her. Harper Sky did pick up a huge victory against her, but Savannah definitely impressed and creeped us out with a lot of the things that she does in that ring. She's incredible in that ring, but creepy at the same time. We also saw a grudge match take place between Adam Crow, our Melbourne Openweight champion, and Matty Wild. After all that, Adam and the Crows have put Matty and his wife Karina through. Unfortunately, Adam was successful in picking up the victory against Matty. And unfortunately, it doesn't stop there for Matty. I'll come to that in a moment. We did also see Killian Bates pick up a victory against Alex Winchester. And main event, Emilio Crow defended his Alpha Energy Cup against number 1 contender Bison. Sadly, Bison did not pick up the victory, and Emilio Crow was still the Alpha Energy Cup champion. After the match, we did see the Crows back up to their regular antics, and Matty Wild came out to make the save and assist Bison. And he laid out a challenge to Emilio Crow. He laid out a challenge for Alpha versus Energy Part 2. And he said, Emilio, I want that cup back. I'm nothing without that cup. So let's do it. Me versus you in a tables match, the way I won the Energy Cup in the first place when I did. But here's the twist. Matty put something on the line as well. His career. So we ended up booking then and there a tables match. Emilio Crow versus Matty Wild. Cup versus career. Whew. Now, Thursday Night Fights 8. Lots happening. But then we had a bit of a breather on the Friday to kind of sulk all that in before heading into Alpha versus Energy Part 1. Now, before Al Paragon, congratulations Team Alpha. Thank you. Hello to Brody, who has also joined, and Belt Kings joining the live stream. Now, onto Alpha versus Energy Part 1. In our opening contests, we saw Blake Malik defeat Daniel Cole to become the new number 1 contender for the Pipeworks Market Championship. We also saw the debuting Jake Wilder, very impressive against Adelaide's Malachi Slick, picked up a huge victory, a little bit sneaky, but a victory nevertheless. We also saw Jason Crash defeat Grumpy Uncle Rocco, and in that match, first point for Team Energy. So that was the first point for us on the scoreboard. We also saw 2 matches take place in our tag team tournament special. The first being Elaine Hope, my bestie, and her tag team partner Lockie against the tradies. Now, we ended up with Micho and Mason Stoneheart versus Elaine and Lockie. Alex kind of had to sit this one out. Elaine and Lucky picking up the victory and officially gaining themselves 3 points, leaving the traders on, unfortunately, 0 because they have yet to be able to pick up a point. In the second match of round 2, we saw Mitch Lightning come out there alone without Terry Shaw because Terry Shaw is overseas getting some form of, was it eye surgery, I believe? And just when all hope seemed to be lost, Gemstone, the magic woman that she is, had a partner lined up for him. And who was that? The returning JP Bamford. Now, JP Bamford, we know him as an upstanding citizen, but he came out looking different. Why? Because he came out as a Cooter. That's right. Cooter Country has hit Alpha. JP Bamford has brought Cooter Country all the way over to Alpha and joined Mitch in the match against Killian Bates and Maddie Hayne, Muscle and Flow, and they were successful in picking up the victory, leaving the upstanding citizens, if we're still calling them that, on 6 points, while Muscle and Flow remain sitting on 3 points. This is pretty close. We've got 6, 3, 3, and 0, so anything can still happen. There's going to be another round, so keep your eyes out on that and watch very closely to see what takes place there. Now, the Melbourne Open Championship was on the line. We were supposed to see Adam Crow defend that Melbourne Openweight Championship against Mike Manson. However, Mike Manson was not cleared to compete due to a back injury, and therefore Adam thought he could kind of get out of that match, but no, there was someone lined up for him. And who was that? A very, very much up and rising talent who is Reed. That's right, Rocco Reed stepped into the ring against Adam Crow. And you know what? He gave him a run for his money. Did not manage to pick up the victory, unfortunately, but Rocco Reed definitely cemented himself as a very, very talented superstar, one that we should look out for at Alpha. And with that victory for Adam, he not only retained the championship, but he also gave a point on the scoreboard to Team Alpha. But not all hope was lost, because what happened in the main event, of course, the Pipeworks Market Championship was on the line in a lumberjack match. Nate Hunter defending against none other than the self-proclaimed golden child, Nate Hunter. And Alpha Nation, this was great. Why? Because Nate had nowhere to run. He had nowhere to hide. And despite Jay Hunter being at ringside and just causing chaos throughout the entirety of the match, luck was on our side. Everything was on our side, because Josh Redfield got the 1, 2, 3 to become our brand new Pipeworks Market champion, and therefore picking up a 2nd point for Team Energy. And now the Pipeworks Market Championship belongs to Energy permanently and will be defended and remain on the show. So that is great. I am so stoked. Huge congratulations again to Josh Redfield, bringing that gold to Energy permanently. And you know what? Saving it from a champion who doesn't fight like Nate, always trying to weasel his way out of championship matches. So by the end of Alpha versus Energy Part 1, the scoreboard, 2 for Team Energy, Team Blue, and 1 for Team Alpha, Team Red. Not too bad. Not too bad. We're ahead of the leaderboard. Al Paragon talking to me about tables and tradies. Hello, Savage King. Mad. Why? I need to apologize. What do you need to apologize for, Mad? What do you need to apologize for? I haven't spoken about your appearance this weekend. What is it that you have to apologize for? Because I am going to start to speak about Alpha versus Energy Part 2 in a moment. But what is it that you want to apologize for? Michelangelo David. Hello, Bambi. Ooh, we matchy tonight, girl. Is this because I am currently wearing my... Who would have thought we would see the day? Who would have thought we would see the day, Alpha Nation, where Chrissy B is actually wearing merchandise that belongs to the cause of my stress and my anxiety, the man himself, Jason Crash. Now, these hoodies are actually great. Like, I'll give the man credit. They're very comfortable. They're very warm. And like, I love this. I love this hoodie. So if you have not purchased a Jason Crash hoodie, please make sure you get in touch with Jason Crash and pre-order one, because they are something you don't want to pass up on. Honestly, I'm giving the man credit. They're comfortable, they're warm, and you know what? They look good. I really like this Crash tested logo. And when the episode of Can't Be Won't Be comes out that Jason Crash is in, I will prove that I have deserved this pass. So I passed the crash test. So get your hands on one. In fact, he's got a matching keyring as well. So if you want that too, let him know, because it's a great little package. And look, the red and black, it's just great. I really love it. And here I am actually plugging Jason Crash merchandise again. Something I did not quite expect, knowing the man is the cause of my stress and anxiety. But look, honestly, it looks good. It actually does look good on me, I will admit. Now, speaking of Jason Crash, let's straight away go to Alpha versus Energy Part 2. The big one. Now, like I said, we went in 2-1. Team Blue sitting on 2, Team Red sitting on 1 point on the scoreboard. And you know what, Alpha Nation, you all came in representing your teams with the blue flags, with some red flags, but the majority of those flags that you were waving around in the audience were blue flags, and that was amazing to see and to share with you. Now, we opened up Alpha versus Energy Part 2 with a tag team championship match. The Oneers taking on the Physicals in a match that the Physicals requested, because it was unfair to them to not get a 2-on-2 rematch. They lost. The Warner Brothers did retain the Alpha Tag Team Championships and walked out of Alpha versus Energy with the gold still intact. Now, the Warner Brothers have been extremely impressive since becoming our Tag Team Champions, and I am really looking forward to seeing what else they have in store for us as they continue to represent Alpha as our Tag Team Champions. We then saw a debut, Vixen, the powerhouse that is Vixen, and she stepped into the ring with our fan favorite Miss Fortune, and this match was awesome. I will say it was great. Fortune gave her a huge challenge. Vixen gave Fortune a huge challenge, and in the end, Miss Fortune picked up the victory and gained another point for Team Blue. But here's what happened after that, Alpha Nation. We saw a huge showing of respect from a veteran, that is Vixen, towards Miss Fortune, and she said to her, imagine what we could do if we were a tag team. Speaking of Vixen, she literally just entered this live stream. Vixen, I'm literally talking about you right now, and the offer that you made Miss Fortune at Alpha versus Energy Part 2. What could we do as a tag team? And you definitely gave Miss Fortune something to think about. Will she agree to work with Vixen as a tag team, or will she not? That's something that she has to ponder on. Me, personally, I would love to see Vixen and Miss Fortune teaming after seeing the incredible match that took place between them at Alpha versus Energy Part 2. Update on the scoreboard, we are currently sitting on 3 for Team Blue, 1 for Team Red. After that, We saw Blake Malik take on the returning Will Walker. Bit of a shock, actually, to see Will Walker make his return, but it was definitely a great match between the two. Both men have incredible skills in that ring, and they definitely proved it. In the end, Blake Malik picked up the win, proving exactly why earlier in the day he became the new number one contender for the Pipeworks Market Championship. So I can't even talk about that match, and I'm sure Alpha Nation, you know why I don't like to talk about that match. But anyway, Blake Malik did pick up the win before we went into another Alpha versus Energy match, and this one was pretty heartbreaking. So the tables match, Emilio Crow versus Matty Wild, Alpha Energy Cup versus Korea. Now, this was a great match. It really was. Both Emilio and Matty gave it their all. I'm going to have to say my favorite part was seeing Gemstone and Matty Wild work together to put former, yes, say it with me, former Alpha Commissioner, DPC, Daniel Pulcro, whatever he is, through a table. Whew, straight through a table. Bam. That moment lives rent-free in my head, Alpha Nation. I keep replaying it over and over again. However, it does not make the ending of the match better. And look, I'm getting emotional again. Unfortunately, Emilio Crow was victorious. He retained the Alpha Energy Cup, and with that, ending Matty Wild's career at Alpha. Matty is an exceptional wrestler in the ring, and he's an exceptional human being outside of the ring, and I am so devastated. I'm absolutely devastated to see his career come to an end, and at the hands of Emilio nonetheless. But that was a result that we were served with, and all I have to say is thank you, Matty. Thank you so much for the incredible matches, for just being an incredible person, for being magical. Every time you step into an Alpha ring, we are going to miss you tremendously. And please don't be a stranger, because the Alpha Nation and everyone at Alpha loves you. And just, it's not going to be the same without you, Matty. It really isn't. And the cup is still in the claws of Emilio Crow, and I'm hoping that comes to an end at some point. Now, at the end of this match, we did see another point go on to the scoreboard in the favour of Team Red, bringing the score to now being 4 and I believe 4-2 at this point. No, 3-2, 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm losing count here. So many matches, I'm losing count. Now, after that one, we saw B Squared return. And they returned holding red flags, to which was quite surprising, because why? Since when did they turn into the people that they are now? The not so nice people. Like, come on, like B Squared fan favorites walking out with those red flags. You know, not great to see. They took on the team of Sky Bison, Harper Sky and Bison, and unfortunately, they were victorious and earned a point. Cannot for the life of me understand this. Earned a point for Team Red. Earned a point for Team Red. And I apologize, but this does bring it to a tied score of 3-3. And that was just devastating. 3-3. 3 points for Team Alpha, 3 points for Team Energy, thanks to B Squared. Still cannot for the life of me wrap my head around it. Bambi, am I still a B Squared fan? That is your choice. I am questioning being a fan. Thank you to everyone right now in the chat that is writing. Thank you, Maddie. Absolutely thank you, Maddie. But B Squared, I don't know what to say. Very sad to see them on that side of the playing field. Now, the score is 3-3. One more match left to decide the fate of the commissionership at Alpha. The best match of the night, in my opinion, of the day, of the week. The 5-on-5 elimination match. Team Gemstone versus Team Crow. Wow. What an incredible, incredible match. That was absolutely wow. Team Gemstone, Team Blue, Team Energy, Captain Crackerjack, my boss, Crackerjack, Jason Crash. Who else was on the team? Inmate to 11, Pipeworks Market Champion, Josh Redfield, and Mike Chaos. Versus Team Crow, Team Red, Team Alpha, Team Red Flags, literally Team Red Flags, Captain Adam Crow, Hugh Sands, Nate Hunter, Jay Hunter, and of course, Grumpy Uncle Rocco. Now, this was one to remember. We saw a lot of little bits and pieces take place in the match. There were a lot of eliminations, obviously. Things were just chaotic from the start. And I mean, that was expected with 10 people in the ring at the same time. Now, devastation kind of hit when Adam Crow tried to poke at Mike Chaos and convince him to join the dark side, Team Red, Team Crow. And it seemed that Mike Chaos was very much torn, and he tagged out and left. He walked out, crushing the heart, the soul of practically everybody on Team Blue sitting in the crowd, including myself and including Gem. The looks on our faces when Mike Chaos turned around and left, absolutely devastating. Devastating. But here's something else that happened that kind of evened out the playing field. Now, we saw Jay Hunter get pushed around quite a bit by Nate Hunter throughout the match and by everyone else on his team. And what happened? Jay finally saw the light. Jay finally snapped. He snapped and he just took out everybody on Team Red. He took out everybody on Team Red. Like, I've watched the footage again. Jason Crash was looking at him just dumbfounded, like, dude, what? Everyone was just shocked. Absolutely shocked. But that's what happened. After he assisted in getting Nate Hunter eliminated, he walked out himself, got himself counted out and eliminated. So there you go. Both Hunters, bye-byes. So we saw Jay Hunter finally see the light and let go of his ties to Nate Hunter. Best thing, one of the best things actually that I have seen in a long time. Jay, I'm so proud that you finally let go of the person who is dragging you down. And I hope you stay the way you are right now and don't go back to the dark side. Now, Captain Crackerjack, there were some issues with the staple gun and he got himself disqualified because he stapled Adam Crow's forehead. But just when we thought all hope was lost, we saw Mike Chaos come back to the ring. Looked like for a minute it was going to be Chaos and Adam Crow versus Jason Crash, who was the last man standing on Team Blue. But thankfully, Mike Chaos did the right thing. And together with Jason Crash, they took out Adam Crow. 1, 2, 3. Team Energy wins. Celebrations. Waving those blue flags. Thank the Lord. What does that now mean? It means that there will be an election taking place at some point in the near future, in the upcoming future, where we will elect a new commissioner for Alpha. In the meantime, Gem is no longer in charge. DPC is no longer in charge. Thank the Lord. Who is in charge? Crackerjack is now the one in charge, calling the shots, running the show. I have my work cut out for me as his assistant, and I can tell you I have had non-stop phone calls from Crackerjack trying to organize everything and sort everything out for our upcoming events. So with that being said, Alpha Nation, with that quick recap of a huge, outstanding week of shows, what have we got next? We have July shows coming up the 17th on the Thursday. So Thursday, the 17th of July, we have Thursday Night Fights, not 8, 9. Thursday Night Fights 9. Wow, we're already at number 9. My goodness. That will be taking place, like I said, on the 17th on the Thursday. And you know what? I'm thinking about something here. Harper Sky picked up a victory, if I'm not mistaken, against Emilio Crow at Energy 16. I wonder if that might come into play somehow. If I were you, Harper, I would be reminding Emilio, knocking on his door to let him know that that victory is still lingering around in the air. Who knows what we will see from Harper Sky come Thursday Night Fights 9. We've also got Energy making a return with number 17. That's right, Energy 17. And that will be on Saturday, the 19th of July, 12 p.m. That is our day show. And I am so excited to see this happening because you know what? Energy deserves every part of the glory that it now has. So, Energy number 17, wow. Excited for that one. The Pipeworks Market Championship will be there. It will be there with Josh Redfield. So if you want to see the Pipeworks Market Championship and you want to see Josh Redfield, make sure you are there at 12 p.m. And if you have not checked out our socials yet, please go ahead and do that because we have officially announced our night show, The Ruthless Rumble, Saturday the 19th of July, taking place at 7 p.m. Ticket link went out. And if Alpha vs. Energy Part 2 is any indicator, run, don't walk, secure your tickets because they will sell out just as fast as Alpha vs. Energy did. So please, Alpha Nation, do not miss out on tickets at all. The Ruthless Rumble is going to be huge. As you know, there will be a Rumble match. We have a 25-man person Rumble match taking place. And there's also 2 championship matches that we know of so far. What are they? Let me tell you what they are. We are going to see Adam Crow defend the Melbourne Openweight Championship in a 3-way match against Mike Chaos and Jason Crash. Wow, the odds of this one are not in Adam's favor. And you know what, Alpha Nation? As much of a Chaos fan as I am, I'm actually siding with this man, and I'm hoping he leaves the Ruthless Rumble as our new Melbourne Openweight champion. Whoever would have thought we would see the day? Here it is. Also, Cousin Ali will defend the Alpha World Heavyweight Championship against another ghost from his past in Jake Lindo. We also saw Mad come in and stick his nose into where it doesn't belong, as usual, as now the representative of Slade Mercer, apparently, who wants in on the match. So at this stage, it's looking like it will be a triple threat match where Ali will defend the Alpha World Heavyweight Championship against Slade Mercer and Jake Lindo. And my apologies, Alpha Nation, I got so excited about the Alpha versus Energy war that I forgot to mention that at Alpha versus Energy Part 2, Cousin Ali defended successfully the Alpha World Heavyweight Championship against 2 Crazy. So huge championship matches already announced for the Ruthless Rumble, in addition to having the Rumble match itself. And honestly, there's going to be so much more to come. So keep your eyes out on our socials. Tune in, of course, to our next live stream next Tuesday. I will have more for you. In the meantime, over you go to our Alpha Socials page. Secure your tickets. Do not miss out. You've already heard about the Melbourne Openweight Championship, the Rumble match in itself. So please head on over, pick up your tickets, and don't miss out. Alpha Nation, thank you for being here tonight. As always, I love you so much. Thank you for your ongoing support. Please keep it coming. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, stay safe and stay sweet. And let me know in the comments of this live stream thread who you would like to see enter our Rumble match on July the 19th. I love you, Alpha Nation. I'll see you next week. Good night.